And it's business o'clock right now with Nona Peltier, who's joined me in the studio. Nona, Air New Zealand, wow, there's a lot to say about this company at the moment. It's expecting to return to profitability by August 2022. This is the 800-day plan from its CEO. But when you're burning $5 million a day, August 2022 is a long way off, isn't it?
True. But the airline is pretty confident they have a plan. So, and we know that this particular new chief executive is big on plans. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens with it. 800 days is a long time. So the full year ends June 30, 2022. This is when they hope to have achieved this. When they report that financial result in August, in 2 years from now, that's where they hope to be. Back in profitability. How much profit? We don't know, but profitability can mean a number of things. We'll see what happens, just exactly what kind of a profit they can deliver there. However, they're saying that they're hopeful by September 1st, they'll be able to start traveling Trans-Tasman and Pacific. And then looking forward into becoming an international airline again in the bigger picture. But a different kind of an airline, one that offers premium economy and business class travel when they do finally get to resume some of those more lucrative routes. And they're hoping that, yes, they have been expecting to be a 70% of the airline they once were. They're saying if their plan goes well, they might be a bigger airline than 70% of what they once were. So the market seemed to like that an awful lot. The company's share price rose 9% today.
Yeah, it's interesting they're saying that because in the same breath, they also have said in their statement to staff that they do not think the borders will be open to any extent until there is a vaccine. And obviously, internationally, that really stymies them.
I would say it's interesting, there's a lot of people who are like doctors now, but some other people suggest that a vaccine may never be possible. The World Health Organization has suggested that. But then that you have other reports that come out that suggest that the virus is waning in its strength and how people become sick. Who knows? I mean, there's so much speculation out there.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really hard for the airline to push to attach too much to the medical situation. I think that international travel will come back. It will be with a lot of restrictions, but as the chief executive said, premium business, premium economy. It will be a very well-heeled traveller, I think, that will enjoy international travel in the future.
And I suppose, like so many businesses, they're depending on things that they have absolutely no control over.
Yeah.
So let's go to building activity. Latest figures show what? Down at a rapid pace?
Okay, so this is interesting because building consents are one thing. This is building work put in place. So after you get your consent, and then you start building.
Actual execution of projects.
Exactly. It's not the same thing quite as a consent. So this might have been a consent you got a long time ago, and you started working on it. So the first part of this is the 3 months to the end of March. So leading into March, not too bad, you would think. But no, in fact, we were down 5.7%. So things were already depressed leading into the post-lockdown period. Oh, well, I guess, that would be what you call it. So economists have been crunching the numbers, and they say we're in for a crash in the residential construction sector. And so it's not looking good. They don't expect the dust to settle until September. So we're looking at a pretty tough winter for the industry. Definitely, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Now, it's just a projection, so it could change. But expect further downturn there.
And so what are the numbers on the market telling us today?
Well, so despite some of this mixed news, we had one of the biggest rises that we've seen in 2 months on the market. So we rose 3.2% today to, that's 353-point gain to 11,524. That's a very high number.
Yeah.
It's back to levels we saw in late February. So that's long before we were really worried about the pandemic hitting us. And that's in line with what we've seen all over the world because the economic numbers coming out of the United States were better than expected over the weekend. So that's sort of given everyone quite a hopeful look. And it's not just the numbers in the market. It's also like oil, for example, and so forth, and our currency. So we ended the week just under 65 cents. Now we're above 65 cents, 65.1. We were up as high as 65.3 earlier today. That's US cents. And 93.5 Australian, which is also a strong number, and 51.3 British pounds. which is about where we were on Friday.
There you go. Thanks, Nona. That's Nona Pelletier with Our Business News.